and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing?
I was doing better earlier.
Yeah? Hey, it happens, you know?
It's okay.
Dude, one of the things that got brought up during the turkey episode, but we never really talked about, was getting sick.
Oh, yeah, because you
Holy
got destroyed.
shit. Dude, lost 9 fucking pounds. Yeah. Like, it hit me. And I've talked to, like, a ton of people that's had the same thing. But it just hit me in the middle of the night, just, like, all of a sudden, just sick as fuck, shitting, and then being like, oh, no. Dude, when you're holding a trash can in your lap, that's bad news.
Yeah, it is.
When you're bullfrogging, it ain't good.
It's been a long time for me.
And it was like Christina came to check on me because she just heard me throwing up. And she's like, damn, what is going on? And then she like opened the bathroom door and I'm just sitting in there like a little, like a fucking gargoyle. Like, no, don't see me like this.
The grossest you could possibly be.
Just the smell of just sickness. Oh my God. And then it gets to the point of where once you get to a certain point that night and you're just like dry heaving, you get so thirsty, but you can't hold anything down. So now it's like a mental torture of like staring at a glass of water and just being like, I know I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You start playing with how small of a sip can I take? Yeah.
Start doing like the boxers, switching it around, and then you don't spit it out. You're like, just a little bit. Dude,
And then 10 minutes later.
I ate a Pedialyte popsicle, and I immediately just projectile vomited purple. I'm dying the toilet bowl.
But I bet that wasn't as bad because it was cold at least.
It felt great going down.
It's
worth it. Dude, I was so sick, I just smoked a bowl in the living room. I was just like, something has to give. Like, maybe this will help.
Man. When I was in high school, I had this buddy who was like, I was sick over the weekend, and he said, I came up with this cool thing that you can do if you know you're right about to throw up. Mm-hmm. He's like, if you chug a Mountain Dew, then the throw up tastes like a cold Mountain Dew.
This kid definitely lived in a trailer, dude.
No, he was in a house, but that's, Midwest. You got to scale it back a little bit.
I mean, that's crazy to be like, oh, I feel sick. Let me chug a Dew.
Dude, I completely forgot about that.
That is doing the do.
That's
doing the do. Like, that's how you do it.
Bro, nobody's done the do that hard.
I wonder if he was a regular do head or like a Baja Blast. If he was Code Red, something's wrong with that.
No,
kid.
Here's the thing. I think that he was a genuine appreciator of all of the do. Mm-hmm. But, I think he was talking standards about this.
Standard do.
You know what I mean?
We used to have Mountain Lightning when I was a kid.
Ooh, is that the Walmart one?
That's the RC Cola to Mountain Dew,
Yeah. Well, it's because that's one of the big stores like brand. Is that Walmart or is that like...
it might be. I just know that was a big thing when I was...
That might be Sam's Club maybe?
Dude, we were a Surge family. My mom would let us have Surge. She didn't know what it was.
I didn't discover Surge until it came back because I wasn't allowed to have
dude, you would drink it and vibrate. You just like,
I think Surge is one of those things where, like, I don't think that I was so not allowed to have it that I don't even remember it being a thing.
It was like
I know it was a thing, but I just wasn't allowed to have it ever. Yeah. So to me, it was not a thing.
I mean, you had good parents, dude. It was the child's Four Loko. Like, that's what
Here's the thing. Not that good because I was drinking Jolt.
Oh. Dude, I mean, we had a neighbor whose family was a Coca-Cola family, and they all had yellow-ass teeth like fucking the hills have eyes, and their mom drank Tab. You ever had Tab, a purple can Diet Coke? It was fucking terrible. It had so much aspartame in it. Like,
I don't even...
It was just Coca-Cola's cancer. Just like, it was just... It was like so much diet that it was more than a Diet Coke. It was just like the diet.
It was so diet that it was worse.
It was its own thing.
Full circled.
Dude, I remember as a kid, we would dare each other to drink one. Like, we were like, dude, you won't think it's so.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had a Tab.
It's fucking rough. I mean, what's crazy to me is that soda is poison. We know
Yes.
that. And we have a fucking museum for it in Atlanta. That's crazy. I've never been.
I stopped, neither have I. And I don't really, I'll drink a Sprite to settle the stomach from time to time.
I love it.
But that's about it. You know what I've been dabbling a little bit with? The Liquid Deaths have showed up at the QTs. Couple new flavors.
What's your flavor?
So I've just been trying them, and I haven't made up my mind on them. But I think that means they're gonna win me over.
What's the new flavor?
They have a cola. Least favorite. Not into it. Not into it.
I don't like anything like soda or cola flavored. Like cola candy.
There's a cherry one that is not bad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I like the overly candy cherry flavor. I like that shit. That, if I want, honestly, like, if I want cherry candy, I want the most fake, like, synthetic cherry flavor.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Okay.
Love it. That's good stuff. They have a Dr. Pepper Liquid Death now. It's water. That's the weirdest thing. Is you look
you're fucking up water.
You look in the can, it looks like water. But here's the thing. I had one and it was off.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll try it again today. And I was like, eyes closed. It's not that far off Dr. Pepper, I feel like.
We're just taking steps to idiocracy.
But I know it is.
We can't just have water.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? They're like, no, it's water with Dr. Pepper
stuff,
in it.
Yeah. With stuff.
Yeah, like, what is in this? Like, why can't we just drink water? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I do.
I do too.
But
I got turned off of the flavors. The Arnold Palmer hit me.
Here's the thing. You got to mix it up. And if you're a lifelong beer drinker like myself, and you're like trying to not drink 5 days a week, you're trying to dial it back to like 2.
Yeah.
You're going to want something that's not just water sometimes.
Hey, let me tell you, that's what I was going to tell Christina.
Right?
I wanted to be like, yeah, I quit, like, if I quit drinking, there'll be signs, and then just have a meme of just fucking 50 seltzers everywhere. Dude, ever since I quit drinking, I burn through some seltzer waters. It's crazy.
If I really want to indulge, I'll get a full 12-pack for a day. You know? I'll just crush them all day long. It's the best.
I love an ice cold seltzer.
Too much, probably.
Yeah, it's probably giving me cancer. That's what I say every time.
I mean,
I'm like,
everything is.
Yeah, at some point, if you're enjoying it, it's probably terrible for you.
If it's good.
Yeah.
But.
Like Zens, I keep thinking, like everybody keeps saying they're healthy. I'm like, bro, they told Fred Flintstone was selling cigarettes.
They haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, no, in 30 years, we're going to be walking around with no lips. I mean, our lips are all going to be gone, and we're going to be in commercials.
I mean, dude,
we're going to be the
doctors used to smoke cigarettes.
Millennials, looking back from the future, people are going to be known as the lipless generation.
Yeah, have some creepy mask with like a smile.
Yeah.
Fucking, my God. That's creepy. That would be fucked up. Those commercials used to fucking haunt me as a kid.
Yeah.
With the, I mean, thank God South Park made fun of it because it lightened the load. Those would that and Sarah McLachlan will come on with some sad puppies.
Dude, the starving African children when I was a child would crush me every time. Those commercials for $1 a day. I'm like trying to tell my parents we got to call. I like wrote the number down. I'm over breakfast. Like, Mom, for $1 a day, we can save a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sarah McLachlan one would crush me, though.
Yeah. I think maybe that's why my parents adopted. They were like, you know what?
They got hit with a commercial, dude. The power, people don't understand the power of commercials. That's how Girls Gone Wild got big. They hit you with a Girls Gone Wild on E.
And that was just Sex Crimes the movie.
Dude, it's crazy. You know, my brother went to high school with a girl that got in trouble for being on Girls Gone Wild. And she was one of the ones down in Panama City. Because that's what the big, like, they went down to Panama City and that's where all the trouble started. But she was one of the girls that was initially, like, in the thing. Could you fucking imagine, dude? You're like a dad having a beer late night. Oh, my God.
Just trying to get through this movie.
Yeah, those commercials were the bomb. When you were a kid, you were just like, that was the closest thing I had to porn.
For sure.
That's what's crazy is like, I never grew up at a time when porn was like, you couldn't look at porn.
You couldn't just find it.
Yeah. You had to find it in the woods.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. But yeah, like porn was never, I don't know. It's crazy to think of having a phone now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that it's not only do you not like, you don't even need a big thing for it. You need the thing you always have.
Yeah.
You need the thing that you speak to your mother on.
Yeah. Thank God. I didn't need that as a kid. I would have just, I would have definitely just watched fucked up videos.
Yeah.
Like that would have been definitely just try to see the most fucked up things you can.
I saw beheading before I should have, and I was 18 years old.
Stays with you. Dude, I remember my buddy dated a girl, and she was talking about her son trying to get on the internet, and like he was Googling like big boobs and shit, you know? But I remember telling him, I was like, Brennan, let me tell you, you can see something on the internet that you can't unsee. Like, I'm fucking 28. I remember when I watched it, you know? Like, it's not good. Yeah. Cartel had a steak knife. I still think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh.
Thought it would be a lot quicker. It wasn't.
Mine was surprising. The one I saw, I think it was a Taliban video. And it was a smaller knife than I expected it to be. Yeah. And it went so much faster than I thought that it could.
Faces of Death was before that, yeah.
Yeah. To me, that was the unsettling thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was like, that's a really little knife, and that just took that guy's head right off.
Yeah, mine was Cartel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pretty gross. I was just trying to have a cigarette. Just hanging out after a long day of class in the Army.
You want to, dude, that the clarity from that video is just you staring at the Live Leak homepage like, what did I just do? I'm a different person.
Just looking at the Black Mirror, baby, you know?
Like, God damn, I shouldn't have watched that.
By the way, do you know the reason that show ended?
What?
Black Mirror?
No, I do not.
It ended because the creators said the world got too crazy, and they're like, we can't top what is happening.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show creeped me out.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
No, it was pretty good.
Yeah. It was like our Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, Twilight Zone, when that came out, that was fucking blowing people's minds.
Dude. Bro, imagine being a farmer and watching the Twilight
That's
Zone.
What I mean. Just being like, I've never even thought this way.
They have whole rooms of books.
I mean, dude, when you go back and like watch like old movies, you're like, fuck, these people were dull. Just dullards. I mean, just shit was, I mean, maybe we're just like fucking hamster, you know, attention span.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about the second screen thing. It just drives me crazy now when I notice things.
I don't like that you keep bringing it up because I think
I can't be the only one with this burden.
But this is the third time you've told me, and I've been fortunate enough to forget about it every time.
No, dude.
Until you bring it up.
Yeah.
Because I've started doing it.
What?
I've been getting into solitaire.
No, that's just boomer Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well,
dude.
no, Candy Crush is what the boomers are doing. I've full circled it. I've always been, you know.
I loved solitaire.
Like
when it was on the computer.
I mean, you know me. I'm a big Minesweeper guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, when the things bounce all over the screen, the cards. You know what I used to play a lot? I played the pinball game that was on there with the rocket ship pinball.
I never got good enough at it. I just failed 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
And was like, fuck this.
I've always loved pinball. I think I like pinball more than I like arcades.
You like pinball?
Like the
that's
physical
your favorite?
pinball.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll find a pinball machine, and if I got the time, I'll figure it out.
I think if I got a bunch of money, that would be my one big stupid purchase. I think would be like a pinball machine.
I mean, I told you we had one when I was at the brewery.
Yeah, that's
we had an Elvis pinball machine.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, what would you get? Like, what pinball would you want?
I mean, that was a good.
Is there a Dune pinball?
That was. There is a Dune video game, a new one, and I hate it.
Is it bad? Dude, Dune does not transfer into certain mediums.
Well, here's what... Oh, yeah, there is. There's a few.
Damn, that would be awesome.
So,
Jaws would be a cool one.
Yeah. So the Dune game, I haven't played it. I think it might even still be like an early access thing. But it's like a survival, crafting, base building, strategy, MMO thing. But I watched this trailer for it, and it's like the trailer is so removed from the source material.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing as just a random Fremen guy at the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Just out in the desert. And where do you get water? You're desperate, you need water. You're in the desert, where do you find it?
On your suit?
No, not from, like, you need more than, because you're out there. Usually in Dune, as I understand it, you have to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nah, you got to find a bush.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Those games are just like,
yeah.
What are we fucking doing?
Yeah. There were a few things like that where it's like the way the sandworms work, just the way that everything worked. Mm-hmm. I'm like, they didn't look into the book.
They just didn't give a fuck.
I don't think they even watched the movie. They Star Wars'd it. They just took the setting.
Yeah.
And we're let's do our thing.
That's a tough video game, dude. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, because it couldn't really be an action-forward one. It would almost need to be like a Telltale game.
I think the best movie video game would have to be like the Star Wars Phantom Menace one was pretty awesome. My dad played that with us.
OG Battlefronts.
True. My dad would play with us, though. That was like one of those games that he was watching us, and then the next thing you know, he's sitting down and he's like fighting Boba Fett.
Let me think, though. Nah, so we're talking book/movie, any game?
Yeah.
I'm going to put the Lord of the Rings. Because what is it? Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War games they have like a proprietary system that is actually fucked up because no other game developer is allowed to use this system and they aren't making more games with it. But it's really cool. It's basically there's a series of enemy dudes and they're the commanders of these forces and they all have their ranks and they all have their names and they're automatically generated. And they have stories and they all have fears and like things they're afraid of and weaknesses and strengths. Yeah. And not only is it like you can assassinate that guy and remove him from the map and then it'll bump up another grunt. But you can like get killed by one and he'll rank up.
Is this on PC?
And he'll move up in the ranks. It's on everything.
Oh, okay.
So like you have like a group of enemy forces where like they'll interact, where two of them will develop a beef, and then you'll have an opportunity to show up where they're fighting each other and kill them both.
Little third party.
And there's this whole like system called like the Nemesis system that they have, and they made these 2 games with it, and they haven't done anything else, but nobody else is allowed to do anything like it.
That's crazy. I can't believe more people haven't done that, like patent the fighting style.
Well, but it sucks for this example because there's 2 games that do this. They're both Lord of the Rings.
I didn't even know Lord of the Rings had fucking video games.
There's a lot.
Really?
Yeah, there were Lord of the Rings games when I was a kid for like the movies and shit.
No, I missed them. I never played them.
Yeah.
I know that South Park did the fucking Lord of the Rings game.
I just realized how boring explaining that was.
No, you're good. You're good, man. No, I'm excited about the new Tony Hawk coming out.
Yeah, 3 and 4.
3 and 4, and hopefully we're gearing up to the fucking Tony Hawk Underground.
But, I mean, how long ago did 1 and 2 come out, the remaster?
Not that long ago,
I thought it was around
Quite
the
honestly,
pandemic.
I didn't really play 3 and 4 that much.
Hardly at all.
Yeah, I played 1 and 2 a lot. That's why I was like excited because that'll be like a new game for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Because we played 1 and 2. That was our big.
Okay, so 2023, 2 years to make the next one. So we're probably about another 2.5 years out from Underground. And hopefully they do Underground 1 and 2.
Yeah. Because do you think they'll ever make a new game? Like a new Tony Hawk?
A new Tony Hawk? I don't know.
I don't think, you know why I don't think so? Because he has too much money.
And I think that it went so bad when they pushed it last time.
Yeah.
That they're just going to push through as far as they did. Well, I mean, American Wasteland was okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but you could leave that one. I mean, go through Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2, and you've remastered all of the greats.
I respect the fuck out of Tony Hawk. Did you see him just quit the podcast? He was just like, this ain't it.
Wait, the Jason Ellis one? I didn't see that.
He just did a farewell. He's like, you know what? This is like a lot of work. I'm fucking over it. I was like, dude, mad respect.
That's so sick.
Yeah, to just hang it up and be like, we did it. We did the thing, and we're done. We're not going to beat a dead horse, and just keep doing it. If you're not into it, that's awesome. To just dip out and be like, dude,
man, yeah.
I'm like the best skateboarder ever. What the fuck am I doing a podcast about? It's like when I see the Kelsey brothers, you're like, shut up.
I told the stories.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm out, dude.
They're out there.
Turns out I'm done. I already interviewed him.
I think I told you earlier, I watched a video of Tony Hawk playing the remaster against some people.
Oh, yeah?
And, he beat all of them. But, man, I was looking at those scores. I'm like, these guys all suck dick, dude.
You think you could take Tony Hawk?
If you gave me 1 week to practice, I could crush Tony Hawk at his own game.
If Tony Hawk walked in right now, you think you could take him?
I think it'd be competitive for a little bit, and then I get warmed up.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have to do a little free skate warm-up.
Yeah.
Would you be talking shit to Tony Hawk?
No.
I would.
No, I would stone face him. I would stone face him, and then I would win, and I would set the controller down, and I would just shake his hand.
I'd have to talk a little shit. Feel like, bro, this is your fucking game. How embarrassing. He hates playing it. You know that,
Yeah.
People probably just roll up on him with, a TV screen.
He's played so much of it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Or maybe not at all.
To be honest, he probably didn't prepare for that. The thing I watched, he probably didn't prepare at all.
They probably sprung it on him.
I bet if it was like matchup, Tony Hawk versus me.
Yeah.
And it was set, he'd practice.
Yeah, it's like at the Sphere.
Oh my God. Can you imagine playing Tony Hawk on the Sphere?
Dude. I've always wanted...
I don't think you could. I think it would ruin the entire
I've always wanted to play Mario Kart in a stadium. That would be fucking... I wanted Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. I'm too bad at Mario Kart.
Oh, dude.
I'm just driving off the edge.
Let me tell you. Christina's fucking good at Mario Kart. So it gets quite competitive because she's good. Yeah.
You guys should just start... Is it competitive or is she crushing you?
It's competitive because she says Rainbow Road isn't a real fucking level. And I'm like, bitch, I'm all over this.
You guys should use it to settle arguments. You should.
Good. I'd have to get a Switch and practice.
Yeah, random map it
because
you know what I mean.
She's good at the new Mario Kart. They drift. You have to drift around, and she's real. And I'm not.
Oh, that'll take you a long time to figure out.
I mean, I'm okay at it, but dude, when you race against somebody that knows how to drift and knows how to fly, get the fuck out of here.
Game over.
It's fucking bullshit.
I've done one half of one race of the new Mario Kart because I was bad at it before, and now there's so much to it. It's like I would just play a racing simulator game if I wanted. If I wanted this much to worry about in my game.
No, dude, the best is I do Cat Peach, so it's Princess Peach, but she's in a cat outfit, so she's got a cat onesie, and when she hits you with a turtle shell, she goes meow. Dude, it would piss me off so bad. That's why I play as her because
you don't want somebody to.
No, I keep slamming somebody with the shell, and it's like meow. Or the Tanuki is good.
You don't want to get meowed,
dude. Tanuki Mario's good. He goes, Tanuki! Every time he hits you with it.
I don't even know what that word means.
It's the raccoon Mario.
Oh.
A Tanuki Mario, it's a raccoon dog in Japan. That's what a Tanuki is.
Oh.
Yeah. So
they
when
have
he's
those
that little
in Korea too, right?
Yeah. When he's that little raccoon, That's what they call them. Tanuki.
We called them coon
Be
dogs.
careful.
We called them coon dogs.
We'll bleep that, dude. No, I'm kidding.
No,
You saw them?
We're referring to an animal.
No,
Yeah,
I'm kidding. You saw them like running around
in Korea. Yeah. It was funny because around our base, we would try to feed them and get them to like walk up and shit. But then we would go to this other base and we found out that they were mean on that base. Like dudes would get chased up onto Humvees by like a pack of these fucking things.
It's like the Jurassic Park scene. You're like feeding
I want to make
bread.
sure we're talking about the same thing.
You're feeding one bread. You just see all these little eyes. Like
how do you spell this?
TOON. KI, I guess. Tanuki.
I'm going to guess because that feels wrong to me.
Tanuki suit, yeah.
Wow, look at me. I guessed it perfectly.
No, it's... raccoon dog.
Yeah.
They do look cute.
Raccoon dogs. So
They do.
if you're an American soldier stationed in another country, it makes sense to shorten the name, does it not?
Yes. And dude, those things that's so cute. That is something I would try to pet. Like for sure.
Yeah. The ones on our base, they weren't like they wouldn't walk up to you.
Yeah.
But like I saw one take a fry out of a guy's hand one time. And it was like a 10-minute ordeal where like everybody was like standing far away watching because we're like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Yeah.
I watched the dude do that with a deer. He was feeding a deer and like giving it bread, and everybody was on a ski trip, and we were all like, like everybody just was standing in the snow, like completely still, and he's like, he's gonna take it. It's so funny when you get a wild animal. You're like, it's like getting a cat that's like out in the city to come to you. You're like, hey, pss, 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 come here.
No, I don't do that because I don't want fleas.
I won't like pick it up.
But you want it to walk up to you and rub on your pants?
No, sometimes I'll give it a little.
Nah.
If it's a city kitty, that's different.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, but if it's like a brewery cat.
Yeah,
if I'm out somewhere,
brewery cat's different.
Yeah. Like if you're at like a Publix parking lot or something.
Well, because a brewery cat is a business cat. That's a work cat.
It's working, yeah.
I mean, it's having fun. It's killing a lot of small animals.
I always told Southbound they had a brew cat, and he would go to this abandoned house across the street, and I was like, dude, y'all have got to strap a GoPro on this fucking thing. He would just come back covered in blood. I was like, bro, he's been over there massacring fucking vermin. Just disappearing into the shadows. Just vengeance has arrived, dude. These poor mice are probably scurrying around in some like basement, just like, oh,
yeah,
death has come. I have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
They had to have signs at Southbound Brewing that said, do not pet Brew Cat. He will bite you. Like, he will attack. And they're like, he's working and has his claws. Like, he's actively killing mice.
Yeah. They had two of them at Slowpore in Lawrenceville. Mm-hmm. And I went out there. One of them was missing an ear, I think.
Yeah.
So those are...
Mm-hmm. That's a battle-tested cat.
Battle-scarred cat. But they were like chill, but shifty. Like they're really like keeping an eye. They're really like guard cat energy.
Yeah. I was working with a guy and they had a storage shed like for all the restaurant stuff. We would empty out restaurants and they had it on a farm. And you want to talk about these farm cats? Like 13 pounds walking around. You're like, oh, this is a fucking little miniature lion. Like this thing's out here battling.
Yeah. If I had to fight this, it would be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are real animals where you're just like, yeah, that thing. Banjo got off his leash. I was outside with the girls. I had the girls outside, which, dude, I took the girls outside. They've never been in grass. Yeah. Like I've never like, so it's like finally nice. Put them in grass just to watch their mind get blown is hilarious. Like I was like, oh, I've done that same thing on mushrooms where they were just like, holy shit, what the fuck? They kept looking at me and being like, what? And I had Banjo out there and he just like stopped and his whole like harness came off and I was just like, no. And I freaked and he just sat down beside it and just sat there and was like, hey, this game off. Like, I don't want to go inside.
I mean, I feel like that's how cats are. You got to just trust your cat likes you.
Dude, though, he is so fast.
Honestly, I don't respect a cat owner who doesn't allow their cat to leave if they want to.
No. I think because when he got out before, he didn't leave. He like stayed right there and came back. The thing that I worry about is like a FedEx truck pulling up. Like we have these dudes that ride dirt bikes. That's where I worry about. Some guy just comes hauling ass with a dirt bike and he's just going to take off because he's scared.
He's a cat. He'll be back.
I mean, or you'd be like my ex-girlfriend and watch your cat run out in the street and get ran over.
Survival of the fittest, buddy. It's a tough world.
No, this ain't the farm, Trent, dude.
Tough world, buddy.
I would be devastated if little Bambito ran out in the street.
He's not that little.
He is not.
He's a big cat.
So we got the girls, basically a hell in the cell. Like we got them a cage match.
Match.
Like Christina was like, we got a playpen. I don't know what I was envisioning, but it is a literal like raptor fence that we've put up with a mat, and we just kind of put them in there and just let them wrestle.
Electrified and everything?
No, they're testing the fences. They're just. Christina said they do get pull-up bars.
Are they like the Eric Andre meme?
Yeah. No, dude. But today I looked over and Ava had her hand, and it's like mesh. And Banjo had his claws at the bottom. And I was just like, dude, no. Like, he had him out. Just because he loves when you do, like, if you put your hand under this and moved it, he, like, attacks it. He just goes into this. Dude, you can watch his eyes shift. Like, it's a different cat, you know? Like, all of a sudden, when something moves, he's like, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, do not.
Little kill monster.
Oh, my God. If he fucking attacked them, it would be a problem.
Because he has throw him in the street.
He has full claws right now. I don't think I would get a chance. Christina would.
Yeah. Real Monty Python, just slamming against the wall a few times. That is fun.
Hulk smash.
That is fun. Did you know Monty Python? A common bit is people beating cats. Just in the background. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You never notice there's a scene in Monty Python where it's just kind of like scanning across the scene and there's a lady who's slamming a cat against a wall.
Jesus. Man. Cats were probably a big problem.
Good comedy, you know?
Cats were probably a huge problem back in the day.
Define back in the day.
Like Middle Ages. Like cats would just probably be
just taking your shit. Yeah,
just running amok, you know, just everywhere. Like that's when cats are a problem. When
I think they were stepping on them a lot.
I mean, which is crazy with the plague. You're like, yeah, you just should have had more cats. I think they got real superstitious.
I mean, how much do you know about cats in the Middle Ages?
I mean, where were they during the plagues? That's what I'm saying. All the rats. Where were the cats?
I assume they're around.
Or they died from the plague first because they were biting rats.
There's been so many books on this, and I don't think either of our idiot minds are going to contribute anything to the conversation.
Where were cats in the Dark Ages?
Do you want me to Google it?
You're like, I need a history of cats. Why were they worshipped in Egypt? Which is fucking hilarious that people were even back then doing hieroglyphics. Like, and I'm going to add my cat.
It's
my kitty.
It's because cats are of the devil, and that was a devil society.
A heathenistic society.
Yes.
There's
correct.
definitely something going on with cats. Yeah. Cats, I think they can see. Creeps me out sometimes. Banjo just like looking at shit. You're like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
And they get super activated at night. Like that's their time. It's crazy. It's crazy that we allow them in our house, you know? Mm-hmm. Seems like we're on completely opposite schedules. Thank God we got a garage to put them in.
Yeah. Is he still lining up spiders?
Yes. It's getting warmer, so he's fucking pumped, dude. He's excited.
He's getting a lot of them these days.
I mean, he screams at fucking birds outside. And you're just like, y'all. It's probably better for the entire ecosystem of my neighborhood that he's not an outside cat. Like, I feel like he would be decimating the bird population.
I mean, maybe he can get into trees, so.
Dude, he can climb so fast, too. Like, I don't think squirrels are fucking with him. And I'm like, God. And I'm just worried I'm going to have to go up there and get him out of a tree.
You will.
That would
For sure.
suck.
For sure.
How embarrassing.
Call
You
the
have
fire
to call
department.
911, dude. Some real men show up and you're like, my kitty's in a tree. Like this fucking.
By the way, I'm 100% sure that if you called the fire department, they would send you a big ass bill.
Yeah, dude. To get your cat out of a tree, they're like, what?
They'd be like, we're paying. We're paying you for the hour.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
You think so? They bill you? What if your house is burning down? Do they bill you for that? I thought it was socialist.
Fun fact: insurance companies take care of that because they don't want you. So
they pay for the fire.
So
trucks there? I never even thought about that.
If you call it's in most people's policies. Actually, fun fact: most home policies have an endorsement where if you call the fire department, even if there's not a fire, most of the time they'll cover whatever the fire department charges because they don't want there to be any incentive against calling the fire department if the house might be burning down.
Yeah.
Like they'd rather, if you're not sure if your house is burning down, they'd rather you call them than not.
They don't want to.
So they'll foot that bill, you know, because they'd rather it gets put out than have to pay for a whole new house.
Yeah. Because unless I'm bleeding out, I'm calling an Uber.
I mean, I don't think
hospital.
that's an ambulance thing. That's a house thing.
Yeah,
if your house is burning down, they'll cover the fire. I don't know shit about health insurance or anything else.
I know a girl that I've told it on this podcast that fucking did the fire extinguisher in the hotel, and she like took the fire extinguisher out and was like, "I'm about to make it snow." She was all fucking drunk, and she did it, and the alarm went off for the entire building.
Yeah, I bet
there was like 5 fire trucks pulled up because they thought the hotel, because the entire building's alarm went off. And that was one of the things that when she went to court, she had to pay for like everybody's fucking time.
I bet.
Dude, the looks on these dudes' faces when they found out it was just this girl doing the fire extinguisher, everyone was so, it was like hundreds of people outside. And once everybody learned that it was us, and we had nothing, we were like, dude, it was just I don't even fucking know her, you know? It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was the vibes were off, bro. Like the hatred that everybody had, because it was like 3 a.m.
You don't get to stay in that hotel anymore.
It was.
I assume
they let us.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, we were obviously. I mean, she was so fucked up. They're like, we can't just throw her out on the street. Like,
nah, that lady's a problem.
The only reason I think that she didn't go to jail is because she's like a cute, like 25, 26-year-old girl at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, if I did that, I would be getting the shit kicked out of me by 3 firemen and a police officer.
Yeah.
I'd be in handcuffs.
That's how that works.
It was one of those things where you're scanning, you're like, ooh, everybody is mad. And as you're scanning, it was a whole like basketball teams that had a fucking tournament in the morning. And it's like 3 a.m. and you can hear the coaches like, we have to be up at fucking 6:30. You're like, oh, dude, we have...
Dude, they drove long distance in a bus and got a hotel.
Want to get away? Like, I remember being like, I want to
Bro, she
disappear.
destroyed. I was chancing them.
I remember just like Homer Simpson through the crowd, just being like I couldn't stand next. I could not. I was like, I can't. The vibe is so harsh right now. Like you could feel it like a heat coming off of people. Like people hate it.
Like, would you say more or less harsh than Gitmo? I think that should be our new standard, by the way.
On a scale of 1 to Gitmo, like, probably a 7.
But here's the thing. The vibe, synopsis of the turkey episode. What I got is that the vibe at Gitmo, not great, not as bad as you think.
Not as bad as that wedding.
It's like it was like he didn't describe Abu Ghraib, but they do have Burger King, which is its own kind of atrocity.
It's better than the surf and turf at Arby's. Yeah. I saw that on the sign on the way over here.
Wait,
and was like, whoa, dude.
I mean, I'm gonna check it out.
If you're eating surf and turf at Arby's,
I'm an Arby's guy, you know.
Oh. Dude, a surf and turf
Arby's.
At Arby's. That's pushing it, dude.
Surf and turf does.
That's fucking...
The surf is what worries me.
Yeah, dude. I'm not too worried about the turf.
Yeah.
They got the meats.
The turf, they're good.
The surf, sketchy, bro. Unless we're talking about like a Panama City Arby's, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Nah. Wonder what the surf is.
Shrimp. There's no way it's anything else.
If it's
deep fried shrimp for sure.
Could be a fish fillet. They could be going McDonald's style.
I'm about to Google Arby's. I'm going to Google it on the Finish the Story.
Yeah,
Google.
definitely. Because I saw the sign and was like, no fucking way. That's up there with Captain D's. Like, that's crazy.
It is. It's sandwiches.
Oh my God, it's a fish sandwich.
Dude, a fish and cheddar and a beef and cheddar. It might happen.
A beef and cheddar and a fish and cheddar. Dude.
The thing about the beef and cheddar, get that cheddar on the side. Get that dip action going. Easier to eat in the car.
That is fucking foul.
Why?
That is so bad, bro. Arby's sucks. No. Arby's stinks your car up. Like, you come back to your car after eating Arby's and you're like, oh my God, my dump is going to smell.
I feel like you're not accounting for the amount of time that I lived in my car. and no matter how sad that is, it's not as sad as eating inside of an Arby's.
Dude, you know what the saddest thing, and this is, as somebody, I don't want people to think that I'm too good for Arby's, bro. I just don't like Arby's because I think it reminds me of being poor. But I went around the drive-thru one time and got a wrap. You know those deli wraps they do? And did not have, my card got denied on one wrap. And dog, I started feeling like tears welling up in my eyes. And the dude just goes, it's on me, bro. Like, he saw a man like on the verge of just...
You were about to break.
He goes, I'm sorry, bro. Your card was declined. Like, he was like, dude, we got declined on $2.
Oh, buddy.
Brother, please don't kill yourself.
It's happened.
The only thing that was worse than that was I was paying for a 4 for $4 at Wendy's with change and dropped it at the drive-thru. Dropped a handful of dimes and nickels, dude.
Dude, I would just drive away. I would drop it. I would look at the person and I would go, and I would drive away.
I was so embarrassed. I jumped out of the car to get it and was just like, this is
no, I wouldn't.
I was like, dude, this is... And the girl was like looking at me like, oh, no, babe.
Looks like I'm not eating today.
Yeah. Driving away is the power move.
Yeah,
I just scrambled. The guy behind me was like, oh.
I'm going to go steal a hot dog from a gas station.
Go steal somebody's Chick-fil-A.
That's the secret utility, actually, of looking like this, is if I just downgrade my clothes slightly and stand outside of a gas station, I can get somebody to buy me a hot dog. For sure. Every time.
Dude, I'm so hungry. They're like, I got you, bro.
Man, you don't even got to put not like just a hot dog.
You
like,
definitely get a beer too. Tall boy.
Tall boy is a tougher ask. If you're pretending to be homeless, tall boy is a tougher ask.
Yeah.
Actually, what you got to do is you gotta have him get you a dog, and then take the dog and walk straight into the store and grab a beer and buy your own. No, don't get a beer. Get a 12-pack. Get a case.
Hey, can you watch my dog real quick? Go in there and buy cigarettes. What the fuck? Dude, I watched in real time. I walked out of a concert.
Go in, grab a case of beer, walk over, eye the beef jerky, grab a bag of beef jerky, and then order cigarettes. Spend like $60 at the gas station.
Yeah.
Thanks for the dog, man.
I didn't have beer money and dog money, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't spend $60 and $1.50.
Yeah. Just finessing. That's great.
I heard this is how Warren Buffett became rich.
I mean, we had a guy finesse us one time. We gave him like $20-$40 to go buy beer, and he just bought like a 6-pack and then like fucking cigarettes and like Doritos. I was like, damn, he got us.
That's not.
I mean, what are you going to say? What are you gonna say?
Leave now. Thanks for the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Leave now.
Yeah, you're just like, damn, bro.
Give me those cigarettes.
Yeah, can I get a Lucy? Like at least. I mean, it's a pretty funny move though. Some fucking high school kids like, will you buy me beer? You're like, yeah, dude, I'll get you a 30 rack. Give them a 6-pack and keep the change.
Oh, that was like a high school kids thing?
Yeah. We were too young. We were outside like, hey, man, will you go inside and buy us beer?
I never did that.
Did it. I never did it, but my buddy Levi would do it. And he was like, dude, if you went 10 times, he was 9 out of 10. He could find somebody. He just had that knack of being like, this guy will do it. And he found a guy that was a bigger dirtbag than him. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Dude, one time Levi he was fucking drunk and he had just got this fake ID that was not good, right? So he goes into this gas station and I'm just sitting there like listening to music. And all of a sudden, bro, like 5 minutes goes by and I'm like, damn, he should already be out by now. And then he just comes running and throws beer in the back of my truck and jumps in the truck. He goes, fucking go. And I'm like, what? And I look over and some dude's like running after him. So I just take off. And he's like, bro, I just got in another dude's car and didn't say anything. Like he had a couple of beers and got in another guy's F-150. And the dude was like, what the fuck? And he goes, and I panicked and just ran out of his car and he started chasing me. I was like, dude, I thought you stole the beer.
That's like, so much stupider than
that's
I
what I said.
I
was like, you could have just told him.
Oh
like, he was like, nah, I panicked. I was like, because he was like, I panicked because I just bought beer with a fake ID. But I was like, you're lucky that guy didn't fucking shoot you. Like, we're in Canton, Georgia, and you literally entered his vehicle. The guy was like, I'm getting robbed. Currently. And my stupid drunk buddy in high school just looks over like, and just starts running. It's like, damn.
I never got into like, I would always be able to steal a couple beers from the fridge. When I was a kid.
Dude, we would, when I was real young, like probably 16, we would garage surf. And you would go to people's open garage in the summer. I mean, just asking for it.
Oh, yeah. That's how you get an old man to beat up a group of kids.
I only did it like a couple of times, and every time I would get like one beer, and then I would be so shaky afterwards. I was like, dude, I can't. That's crazy.
I feel like you got to be at least a little bit smart about it.
Now with Ring cameras, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That was before
like back
Ring
in the day, like what you got to be looking for is like if they have a bench press in the garage, don't take beer
if it's
from
in
that
the front yard.
If it's outside, if they have an outdoor bench press,
get a punching bag? No way, dude. Fuck that. It's like Christina was like, these people in the neighborhood park on the street drives me crazy. I go, yeah. He also has a punching bag hanging in his garage. He'd park where the fuck he wants. Okay. And then I'm like a Mexican family, and I watched him out there one day fucking wailing on this heavy bag. I was like, no fucking way. Like his son's a boxer. Like.
Yeah, you're like that guy can.
Why don't you move this fucking truck, dude? Vomit knows. Next thing you know, you're just getting crushed. Like, I mean, I just broke my ribs.
You're standing at the end of the driveway pretending to call ICE.
He's just...
and he's just like, I was born in Marietta, you dumbass.
Yeah, he's like, dude, get the cell phone. I'm about to wail. Picking a fight with somebody not knowing that they're like a boxer would be...
I
showing your ass.
I mean, that's why I don't pick fights at all. Like I learned that pretty young. I feel like it's like this is why you don't fight, because you don't know what the fuck that guy does.
Yeah, I had a friend that would fight, and he was not a very big dude, and he would just fight with people where you're just like, yo. Like, there are people that are crazy. You know what I mean? There are people that like will talk about fighting, and that's what my dad told me. There's two kind of people. There's people that will fight and people that aren't going to fight, that are just going to talk and talk and talk. And then there's people, he's like, usually the people that are going to fight are the ones not talking. That's the guy that you're like, got to worry about. You know, at the bar that hasn't said anything. Like, there's a reason. I told you, I went to that boxing match, and they had mixed martial arts between it, and the 130-pound dudes. This guy kicked this guy in the face and TKO'd him. And I'm talking about like The most violent kick I've ever seen. And then he came and sat down in the crowd and was a 130-pound man in like pink shirt. And I was like, that is definitely somebody that you would be at a bar like, get the fuck out of my, you weigh as much as my girlfriend, dude. And he would just kick you into the next dimension.
Sham found a local wrestling promotion that is free.
Oh, yes. Where is that at?
Around. New Realm Brewing mostly.
At a brewery. I've seen this a little bit.
Atlanta, Loganville. Yeah, a bunch of Atlanta dates.
We need to go.
And it says free for all on all of them, and I don't see a ticket link. So
let's go, dude. You know what we also need to do? We need to do that. We need to do Dixie Speedway off 92. It's over where I kind of live. And Dixie Motor Speedway, when I was in high school, they used to have, it's like a dirt track raceway.
Oh, this is like, I grew up going to a place like this.
You know what one of the races they do? It's a boat race where people drive trucks.
I'm down.
They tow their boats and they fucking race.
Like once a year they'll do like a school bus race.
Yep. Dude, I saw an Altima race where there was 60 people in Nissan Altimas just slamming each other.
Can they do a figure eight?
I don't know. I just know
it doesn't look like a figure eight is the best way to do it.
That's
a figure eight race, bro. One time I watched some guys do. I watched one time a figure eight trailer race.
Fuck yes.
So they were doing figure eights and they were towing trailers.
Oh, that's a good time.
It's America. And then they ended that by melting a Toyota Corolla with a jet car.
I mean,
where they just like locked a jet car down to the ground.
That's America. That is America. Imagine taking somebody that's never never been to America and you're just like, this is it. I thought that about monster trucks. I was like, what a fucking accomplishment of humankind, dude. We've done it, dude. This is the crest.
Monster trucks. I mean, what a crazy... The first guy that made a monster truck. Like, I really wonder what was going through his mind. About it. Because it's so big, it's not even really functional anymore.
It had to be
It's just fun.
It had to be a pissing contest where somebody was like, dude, I will build the biggest car. No, I got it.
Bro, I knew this guy in the Army who had just a lifted truck, but giant wheels. He bought it off of a guy for cheap.
That is so
because
trash.
You had to climb into it. I mean,
that's so true.
This guy was 6'2".
Yeah.
And he would have to climb up the wheel to get to the door.
The worst.
To open it and get in.
I went to high school with guys like that. That all their trucks were lifted. You're like, this is so dumb.
So I know what you're picturing. This is not it. This is the level between that and my actual monster truck. Tractor tires.
That's just everything now is infinitely fucking inconvenient. And drive-throughs, parking, nothing. School, traffic, everything. You're just, what is the point of that?
To show that you have a big dick.
I have never, every time that one of those drives by, everyone goes, small penis.
Every time.
Nobody goes, that rules. Nobody sees that. The only person I think that likes it is the guy in the driver's seat.
Correct.
That's wild.
I mean,
I have that sort of an ego to be like, yeah, I'm going to drive a monster truck.
I mean, I would love to talk to one of those guys in a comedy context and just try my best to see if I can really explain to them and just see if they understand that every single person that has ever seen them on the road that is not also in a giant truck hopes that they roll it and die in that moment.
That everybody is preying on your downfall.
Every single person that you've ever seen on the road wants you to die immediately. Do you know that? Do you know that that's the thoughts that people have about you? It's the same
people that drive around with the speakers on the motorcycles. That are just, who is that for? Why is Whitney Houston blaring on your fucking laser tag motorcycle?
Every once in a while, those guys will be playing a banger, though, you know?
I mean, every once in a while. But still, when they do it, I'm like, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's like the people hiking in the mountains with a fucking like JBL speaker.
Some
it makes
people
me
are
want to
rude.
beat them to death. Like
I was driving through a
That's
neighborhood
crazy.
the other day, and I saw this fucking, like a dude with a trailer, like a big dump trailer, driving through this neighborhood, and he like wings a garbage can, like a full garbage can. This dude's full garbage can out waiting for the garbage truck. He just like catches the corner of it and knocks it over, and it all spills out, and he just keeps driving.
fucking dude.
I'm like, whoa.
That's crazy. I saw a guy the other day just dump a trash can on the side of the road, just like right over by the Big Chicken. Just literally just.
What a crazy spot to do
Dude,
that.
that's what I was like. I just stared at him and he just flicked me off, and I was just like, I couldn't believe. I wasn't staring at him like fuck you. I was literally staring at him like I didn't know that. This is like I actually am seeing you, because you'll see trash like
that?
who the fuck does that? And then you're like I'm seeing you. This is
the
crazy.
culprit, yeah.
It's like
I've been looking for you.
Yeah, I thought you were like a leprechaun, little trash leaving leprechaun. Yeah, that and the new cigarette butt is Zen pouches. That shit's out of control. People spit those fucking things everywhere. And you know what sucks about Zen is they dry and stick to stuff.
Yes.
I told my work, I was like, I don't give a fuck how many are in the urinal. No. I will not be reaching in a urinal. They're like, we have gloves. I quit.
Yeah. I go toilets usually. Because the toilet you flush.
I straight up was like, I quit. Like, I fucking will not be picking through a urinal cake to get out some fucking frat boy's Zen pouch. Fuck you, dude. No way. And now that I have to clean up the Zen pouches at the end of the night, I'm hawking people at the brewery, dude. Let me catch somebody spitting a Zen pouch on the ground. It's going to be on. Like, I can't wait. It's like somebody in like Florida that like, they're like, stand your ground. They just bought a gun. I can't wait to catch somebody. So I'll be like, what the fuck is that, dude? What?
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Dude, have a yellow flag.
Bro, just crush some KSU frat kid.
That's what I mean. It's got to be. It has to be, right? Like, because the people that you would think are like, dipping now is kind of a gentleman's thing. When somebody dips, like really dips, they always ask for like a napkin and a cup, and they put the napkins in the cup. It's like people with Zens are just fucking.
But dip guys have always been doing that.
No, there was a time when drunk dudes at bars would ask for a spit cup and then spill it. I've seen that a lot of times. That's a fucking party foul to spill a dip spit thing. Or
I mean, I think they learned, you know?
Or spit in beer bottles. It's like, don't spit in something that people can't see, dude. And you're just leaving them around. You're booby trapping the whole bar, bro.
That gives me anxiety.
Yeah. You're as a bartender, you look over like, dude, you're not spitting in a Bud Light bottle. Get the fuck out of here. I'll get you a to-go cup. We'll write on it. Death. It's fucking heathens dipping wintergreen grizzly.
Yeah. Oh, I used to dip.
I did too. I dipped for a while in high school.
Back in the Army, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, football. It was like one of those things where everybody's doing it in the locker room. I guess I will.
I was on snus early.
Oh, yeah?
Well, so we were doing our like air battles, right? And part of that was you had to wear a gas mask for an hour.
Dude.
In like a high stress situation. So you can't dip.
No.
But a snus, pop two of those bitches in there. Mm-hmm. You're good.
Dude, I used to play football with a kid that dipped and wouldn't spit. Would just put a dip in and be out there swallowing.
Oh my God.
I was like, dude, what? Like maybe just take an hour off.
We had a kid in the
Army. It's not that important, you know? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. We had this kid in the Army who would. This is one of the grossest things I've ever heard. I told this to somebody on a podcast. I can't remember if it's you. He would take a long roll of like a long piece of toilet paper, and he would run it up his sleeve to his hand, and then he would just little by little spit into that, and then cycle it through his sleeve. So he would like pull up more fresh stuff and push the dip spit soaked.
Why?
Because he just had to dip. Because here's the thing, in training in the Army, so like in basic, there's no nicotine at all. You go to your job training,
God.
and for us, we were in classes
That's
like
disgusting.
8-9 hours a day.
That's disgusting.
And you're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed any nicotine until after you have dinner, after all the classes. So like night, there's like an hour and a half where you're allowed to have nicotine, and that's it. So there's a lot of people sneaking ways to get that fix in
That's
between.
crazy to just
and
wear
that was that guy's way to do it. Yeah,
dip,
all
spit.
day.
Oh, the smell of your
Well, it's like on the break, he would go and he would change it out. Because
That's
there'd be
still
like a
fucking
break every
insane.
like 2 hours or whatever. Yeah, it was insane. That guy,
all his superiors are like, dude, have you seen this idiot spitting down his sleeve?
bro, that guy got kicked out.
Yeah.
So it was mutual, you would say, actually, because so we went on Christmas is a time they have to give you leave, even in training. So we all went on Christmas leave.
How sweet.
And they told us before we left, they're like, you will be drug tested as soon as you get back. It's 4 days. You will be drug tested as soon as you and we're like, okay, gotcha. And we get back. They don't drug test us. They don't even bring it up for 2 days. The third day, they're like,
that's diabolical.
all right, drug test day. And like everybody's formed up and they're like, is anybody going to fail? And they do this all the time. Usually nobody raises their hand.
You're
but
like,
the guy,
that's a trap.
but Dip Spit raises his hand. And they're like, what did you do? And he said, cocaine. And they were like, well, you've been back for 2 days.
Yeah.
It could have been like, there's a good chance you're okay.
Yeah.
They were like, unless you
What
did
an
it
idiot.
right before you got on the plane, you're probably okay. Did you do it right before you get on the plane? And he goes, yes.
Yeah. He's like, I am currently on cocaine.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, that was like 2 months before the guys got arrested for fake weed, for selling spice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so funny to tell on yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I was at a company where they were like, hey, we got to talk. I had a meeting, and they were like, we're doing random drug tests. Bro, you could hear a fucking pin drop. The entire place is just like, nobody's saying anything. And then the owner goes, oh, I don't care about weed. And everybody was like, like you saw people like staring into the distance of like, I gotta get a new job. I gotta call my wife. Like, holy shit, dude. I thought I was safe. I'm a carpenter. What the fuck? Like, it was a room full of men just like, oh. And he's like, no. We don't care about weed. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he goes, if I cared about weed, I wouldn't have a staff. We're like, oh, brother.
Making sure you guys aren't getting meth. Yo.
Yeah, he's like, we're really worried about pills and stuff that like you could cut your hand off if you're not paying attention. Everybody was like, oh my God. It was so funny though. Because I was sitting there thinking, dude, we got high for this meeting. Because when we go to the meetings, they would have like fucking donuts. Like they would bring donuts and coffee.
Oh my
and
God.
it was like a Friday morning. And like, so me and the dude that I would work with, if we had a meeting, we'd be like, let's get high before the meeting. So I'm in there stoned to the bone eating a donut. And he's like, random drug testing. I was like, it's like, dude, let me get another donut because I think I'm out of here. I'm about to fucking
Get
quit.
the free stuff while I can.
Let me get another cup of coffee. I think I'm done.
Hey, can I take that
Keegan.
whole like coffee carrier thing home with me?
I think I'm out of a job. I was like, oh no. Yeah, fucking, that's a bad feeling. I was sitting in court.
I've never really had to struggle with that feeling.
Oh, dude, I was sitting in court and my lawyer was like, because when you go to court for like a DUI, they push it off like for a long time. It takes like a year or so, right? Because they want you to get all your shit done, all your probation, the preliminary stuff. And I remember he's like, all right, man, you're looking good. You got all your community service hours. I think we should, just do it today. I went, what does that mean? He's like, well, you'll take your plea and then you'll talk to the probation person. And I'm like, and what? He's like, I don't know. You take like a drug test. And I'm like, I'm not all right with that. He's like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, we need to push it. He's like, well, you can have some traces. I was like, that don't work for me. He's like, well, when was the last time you smoked? I was like, today. I was nervous and didn't think I was going to have to go to probation. You're supposed to be sitting in here for me, dude. He's like, God damn it. He's like, so then he had to go in there and be like, we're going to push it again. The guy's like, why? He's like, He came back out, was like, you really got to communicate better. I was like, bro, you didn't tell me. Like,
yeah, that sounds like he's got to communicate.
Yeah, that's what I was like, dude, you didn't tell me not to smoke. Like, hey, if we were going to do that, you should have called me and been like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you can have traces of it when you first go in, but if you piss and your first piss has anything in it, you're fucked for the rest of that year of probation because you're going to get drug tests every single time you come in. And they're going to fuck with you and they're going to just like scrutinize everything you do. If you go in and you have clean piss, you might not get drug tested again. Probation is fucking crazy. It's like nothing is like set in stone. It's just you like feel like you're just on the whim of like whatever anybody wants to do. Yeah. And it's crazy because you're like, this isn't like my hours of work. This is like the rest of my fucking life. Like I could go to jail for the next 9 months.
Yeah, Keegan, it's the rest of your life, but it's their job.
It's just some guy that's like annoyed and overworked and underpaid who's like, you know what I can do? Fucking destroy you.
Yeah. Good system.
I mean, what a dark, that's got to be a dark fucking job. A probation officer of just like every day you're just looking at somebody, they're lying. They're just every day.
All the time.
Yeah, you're just like, dude, why? Why? I can see you didn't do it. Like I can see it on the screen. It's crazy, dude. They were telling me, we might have to cut this, but somebody got in trouble the other day at my buddy's job for fucking changing time. Like going through and changing their hours. And it's like, we can check that. You know, like that's like.
That's pretty stupid.
It's crazy. It's like, what? It's just like one of those things where you're like, dude, you can just quit. You don't have to do fucking stupid things like that. You can just quit. You can just be like, yeah, I think I'm out. Yeah. Just pull a Tony Hawk. Just fucking hang it up, dude.
That's the suicide by cop of quitting a job.
Dude, you did not work 20 hours on Tuesday. I swear to God, bro. What else, man? I think we're good. We did it.
Yeah.
The only other thing would be we got to pick a concert to go to.
Yeah. We'll see. I might be able to find something.
Because you said August Burns Red is the opening act.
I
mean, are tickets expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, if they're cheap, we could just go see them.
That's the thing. August Burns Red was cheap when I grew up listening to them.
Yeah. But
also, that's like as the opening act. They're I think it was like the floor seats are like $60.
Yeah. It always sucks when a band that you like want to see, like Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah.
I'll never see. You know what I mean? Like now, when you go see him, it's gonna be in an arena.
We'll see. I know a guy that might be able to get us into some metal show.
I'm down. I definitely want to go to one. So
I've been listening to a lot of metal again. It's getting crazy.
A lot of bluegrass. Fucking going the absolute opposite way. I was like, dude, Trent would hate this. Billy Strings played 6 shows in Asheville, and he played 154 different songs over the 6 shows, and never repeated a song twice.
It's a lot of songs.
How the fuck do you keep up with the lyrics? Like, I was just like, dude,
I feel like the last 50, he was probably getting real loose with the lyrics.
That's a tough one when you're covering. People are like, what the fuck? I saw Dave Matthews fuck up a verse.
Crash.
No, but then he addressed it at the end of the song. He was like, I think I did that second one twice. I was like, awesome, dude. Because I was sitting there going, Dave's had a little to drink.
Oops.
He's done that first verse 3 times. Yeah, drunk performing as a musician is, I mean, my dad saw Led Zeppelin, and the only takeaway from it was Jimmy Page fucked up the Stairway to Heaven solo. My dad said it like he's in the crowd, and he was like, what the fuck? Like, that's the accumulation moment of like to see Led Zeppelin. You're like,
Yeah.
yes, and then he just completely drunkenly fumbles over it.
That sucks.
That fucking blows. I almost died going in there. It was general admission, and their gate didn't open, and it was at the old like stadium. And so all the other ones around him opened, so everybody was pushing, and the dude couldn't get the gate open. And my dad was like, dude, you couldn't even push the guy in front of you. He was like, it was just slammed with people.
Like a metal show.
Imagine that, getting fucking almost trampled, and then you go in and Jimmy Page is hammered, and fucking it's like, this fucking sucks. You got anything to promote?
The Shed. Featuring Tree Fort.
What is that?
That is on March 22nd.
The Shed. Y'all filming it?
Yes.
Nice.
Follow, what is it? Shed 2X on Instagram. That has all the updates.
Nice. Y'all should live
It'll be
stream
fun.
it.
No.
Yeah. Just a little bit of the music.
Logistically, a nightmare.
A phone.
With
Just do it on
everything
Instagram Live.
everything we're already doing, I don't want to deal with it.
Just put a phone up. Just be like, Instagram Live, this is what we're doing.
Keegan, it's so easy to say stuff like this when you're not producing a show.
And just, yeah, I mean.
And also, nobody's going to watch it.
I mean, yeah, maybe. We did Laughs and Drafts Live one time, and it was like 10 people. I was like, yeah I'm glad we...
Nobody's
we went to the entire rigmarole of fucking battling the Wi-Fi and shit. Like going around the show being like, hey, do not get on
I like
Wi-Fi.
how you just said it like it's going to be easy, but then you were,
we
just
did
immediately explained
we tried
why
to
it's
do
hard.
like a multicam thing through YouTube, which the guy ended up doing it, but it was like when he was setting it up, I was like, dude, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, so we're just going to record, I think.
Yeah.
Keep it easy.
So they have an Instagram?
Yeah, Corey made one.
Nice.
For the Shed. It's a thing. Corey, comment under this and tell people where to follow to find out about the Shed if they would like to come.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's in Marietta. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else coming up. Pretty lame.
Yeah.
Working.
Dude. Yeah.
All right, before we get into that.
Fucking working's been busy as fuck. We had Georgia Beer Day. It was slammed. People coming in for a glass. Then I like the guys that were real beer drinkers. I was like, fuck you. I don't need another beer glass.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, me either. That's why I'm not taking one home.
Yep.
That's a younger man's game.
Yeah.
Like getting
That's
the
how
beer
you get
glasses.
all your beer glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you reach a point of maturity where you're like, I have plenty of beer glasses.
When do you think that point is?
Depends on how much you're drinking.
I think it's when you move.
Mine was pretty quick.
I think it's the first time you move with them. That was my big. I was like, what am I fucking doing?
Here's the thing. I've been in and out of it so much that I'm now almost pretty much out of all those beer glasses because they've all broken over just years
so
of
you
hauling
need to
them
re-up
around.
on them now.
Yeah, so now, but like, I don't want to go get blackout drunk at a beer festival again. I've done that enough times. I've done it. I get it. I know what the thing is. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But at this age, it is not worth the next 2 days.
Yeah, a guy came up to me with pieces of his and was like, can I get another? I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I saw you. I was like, this guy ain't going to make
I will say that that Glover Stein,
Yeah.
big fan of that one.
I love those steins. That's what Taco Mac used to have for the Bruniversity. I still have one that says insert beer, where you could change the name, where you could like put your name on it. And then one is Buzz Killington. My buddy dated a girl that was stealing them from Taco Mac, and we were like, dude, you are going to get fired, but thank you. Like, this rules. Because with the kegerator, it is nice to have a frosty mug.
Yeah, one day I'll get a kegerator.
Now, though, it's like when I have a beer glass and I just need a water, and it's like beside my bed, I'm like, I'm going to fucking knock this over in the middle of the night and shatter it. And like, we can't have that, Banjo.
No, Banjo.
He is a
destroy it.
fucking knock it off the counter bandit. Like, it's obnoxious. That is the one thing that he does that it's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's to get attention.
Are we just going to keep going?
Oh, yeah. I forgot we were, I thought we stopped.